Hi everyone. This is a vlog I've actually been waiting to make for a while. I moved out in October to go to university, and before I left, I had some fears, which I kept, googling things like diabetes and moving out or diabetes and university, and although I did get a few results, I never really felt like my fears were fully like removed by them. So I've always sort of planned to say something myself about my experience. Um, Basically, at the college that I'm at, we have single rooms, which I think is different to a lot of places in the US where sharing rooms seems to be more common. But on the whole, I'm glad to be in a single room, but I think it does make things a little bit more complicated as far as diabetes is concerned. Um, we're sharing things like kitchens and bathrooms, but I didn't want diabetes to be the first thing that I mentioned to people who I'm sharing accommodation with. As I mentioned in my blog on disclosure, I didn't want to say, oh, if you don't see me in the kitchen one morning, knock on my door and check I'm alright, because I didn't feel like it was their job to parent me like that. I didn't want to make them go out of their way. I didn't want my first impression on all these people to be that I was like some kind of burden. So I didn't tell them straight away. Instead, for the first couple of weeks, I made a plan with my mum whereby every morning I would either text her or ring her or just make sure that she saw something, some kind of activity from me, even if it was just me posting a status update or something on Facebook. So that was what we did for the first couple of weeks, and after that point I had some friends who would notice if I didn't turn up for lectures or something one morning. Then my friends from my subject would send me a text to check I was okay, and it's never actually happened that I haven't replied to a text like that, so I'm not totally sure what they would do, but they all know where my room is, and I like to think that they would probably worry if they didn't hear anything from me after I didn't turn up for a lecture. Additionally, there are the people who I live with, and I think that although they might not notice straight away, they would notice reasonably quickly if I wasn't in the accommodation, and if I didn't come out of my room for a while. I do still talk to my mum most days, but it's not really because of diabetes anymore. I think it's just because I'm her first child to move out, and also just because it's nice to speak to my mum. So there is still a few things that I need to iron out, but I think the biggest problem I still have is my CGMS alarms. I'm on the Medtronic continuous glucose monitor, and I'm not sure if the others are as bad as this with noise, but it's so quiet, and I barely wake up to it, even when it does the massive siren that goes off an hour after the alarms start, and I do sometimes wake up to that, but by that point it's a bit late really. So I'm really trying to figure out some way of amplifying the alarms. I've tried a baby monitor, but it didn't work because having the transmitter and the receiver of the monitor in the same room created a lot of feedback, which would have been impossible to sleep with. So if anyone has any tips on amplifying CGMS alarms, then that would be really great. On the whole though, having a continuous glucose monitor does make me feel a lot safer. So yeah, I've really just briefly touched upon things in this video. The first one I made was 12 minutes long or something ridiculous, so I had to cut it down. So if anyone does see this and they're thinking about moving out to university or college, or they are moving out, then feel free to comment and ask any questions. I'm happy to do more in the way of blogs about this, because I think it is quite a big topic, and it's something that a lot of people with diabetes probably do worry about, because even for me, even though nobody at home really had any kind of input in my diabetes care, I still knew they were there as a safety net, and when it's taken away, it's quite a bit scary, and I'm glad that I did it, because letting my fears about diabetes get in the way of the things that would otherwise have been really important to me, I think would have made me feel like diabetes had had a much greater impact on my life than I now feel like it has had. So I'm really glad that it didn't get in the way for me, and I'd love to be helpful to anyone else who having any concerns about it. Right, I'm sure I'll do another vlog soon. I haven't done one for ages because being at university there's a data limit and on like downloads and uploads on the internet, so it's difficult to upload these massive videos. But I'm home for Easter at the moment, so I'll probably do another one or two before I go back. See you all soon. Bye.